The average English man, known for his questionable diet, buckling under the pressure and longing for the return of the good old days. Take this guy for example, he's in his mid-30s, he's clearly going through an early midlife crisis, and he's fallen into the trap many other blokes do. He's got himself a wooden shed. Under the realisation that the glory days are never returning, he's decided to bring the glory days to this dusty, cobweb-filled building he likes to call Football Paradise. So we've all got our own idea of what's a football paradise, and admittedly mine is a little bit niche, but just as I've been transitioning from English football to German football, personally this is also reflected in my man cave as we slowly move away from the 90s Premier League nostalgia and all kinds of stuff we had as a kid to make room for more items we pick up this season as we explore Deutschen Fußball. Ladies and gents, hit that like button. Let's take a little tour around my man cave and the plans for it by the end of the 25-26 season. Let's go. Right, here we go then guys. I've got the specs on so we can have a proper look through. Some of this is absolute rubbish, I'm going to be honest with you, but some of it might bring back memories if you're English, and if you're German, you need to get your ideas in the comments below because this corner here is going to be very German. Let's get inside Football Paradise HQ. Let's go. So if you are a subscriber of the channel, this kind of bar area is obviously where I film a lot of videos. Now this section over here in the corner is looking a little bit different than it did in the past. If you're an OG subscriber, we're going to try and make this exclusively German, as I just said. Now, I'm obviously in a bit of a different situation than I was a year ago. A year ago, we started to dabble in German football and we started to buy things from each and every club we visited. We've got a lot of fake shirts from DHgate from that little era where we would order shirts from DHgate, fake shirts. We're kind of over that era at the moment, but there is a variety of teams, a lot of which aren't necessarily friends of my club. You've got Schalke 04, there's another name for them if you're being a bit rude. You've got Hamburg, and as a contrast, you've got St. Pauli, the two Hamburg clubs. The Hamburg derby is back this year in the Bundesliga. You've got smaller clubs. I really want to get more merch from smaller clubs. We've got SV Sandhausen, who were relegated from the Dritte Liga, I believe, last year, playing Regionalliga this season. You've got Dynamo Dresden, of course, they're going to be playing my club, VfL Bochum, this year. Let's get in there, shall we? This is probably the better way of doing it. So I've got the microphone in my hand. So as you can see, this little area is again where I do live streams and stuff. You've got the microphone, the light there, and obviously that's the little backdrop that you're probably used to. I'll have my laptop on here, but I'm trying to represent each and every German club. So if you can't see any merch from your club, you are welcome to send stuff to us. Drop us a message, footballparadisehq@gmail.com. I say us loosely, it's only me. But you can see we've got Holstein Kiel, we've got Mainz, obviously my club. We'll get onto them in a moment. When you go to Germany, you do pay for the recyclable cups, but I usually bring them back. You've got Hertha, Cottbus, Wuppertal, and obviously Bochum. And Moritz Pils is kind of the local beer in Bochum, so you'll probably recognise that. You've got over here FSV Frankfurt. We've not actually been there, but somebody did send this out. We have been, of course, a couple of times to Rot-Weiss Oberhausen last year in Hanover, 96. Again, we're going to be there in the Dritte Liga this year. Scarves, or Schals as they're called in German. Wuppertal, obviously we've got the Ruhrpott Assi scarf. A retro Mainz, you've got a Hertha BSC one behind. I don't know why I'm hiding that one, no offence Hertha fans. And again, just to show I don't discriminate despite being rivals, you've got a BBB sticker, as you have a Schalke hat and all kinds of clubs. As you go over here, you can see we've got Fortuna Düsseldorf stickers again, a bit of a newish rivalry to VfL Bochum. You've got the Dortmund special edition 50 years of the Westfalenstadion kit. Lok Leipzig is a club we want to visit this year when we go towards the east of Germany, and hopefully get to see Energie Cottbus again. Thank you again for sending out the shirt. Most of this stuff, I'll be honest with you, we mentioned the fake DH Gate shirts. You can see I would never buy an official Leipzig, Wolfsburg or anything like that shirt. You've got Union as well, who are very much not friends of VfL Bochum at the moment. But again, just to show this channel is for all German clubs, German football fans. I've dedicated this space to represent all of you, or at least eventually it will. So again, if you want to add stuff to this corner, represent your club, footballparadisehq@gmail.com, and we'll make sure it is definitely featured in future videos. So it's not a bad start in this little corner, but just to break it up a bit, let's move away from the German stuff and let's get back to the retro English stuff over here. So these were my favourite videos, VHS tapes growing up. Nick Hancock's Football Nightmares and Football How. There is a Football Doctor one as well. I need to get that VHS. But you might see a lot of these little figures. Now, we've mainly got a German audience now on the channel, and if you don't know what these are known as Corinthian figures. There are examples of German clubs from the late 90s. They released Dortmund ones, Bayern ones, the usual clubs, the bigger clubs, I guess. But I don't think they were really a thing in Germany from what my friends are telling me. But I'm trying to do this thing over here where we go from very English, obviously got the England stuff over here, England flag, making our way, transitioning over Uwe Rosler, the East German, bit of Klinsmann into the German section over here. Obviously over time I want to bring the German stuff over onto this table over here, and then we can have this cheeky little strip over here for our own memories, memory lane. So again, if you've never seen Corinthians, this might bore you a little bit, but they were massively popular in England, Britain. I mean, there's Scottish clubs as well in Corinthian form. Massive thing in the 90s. So much so, I've even got the display box over here you'd have in Woolworths or shops like this, supermarkets. I actually had 3 of those, but I've sold a lot of my Corinthians, believe it or not. I've still got loads over here. I've got loads stored away under there. The more expensive ones I'm going to stick on eBay and show you how many I had, despite getting rid of probably half of them. Up here, ladies and gents, on the bloody ceiling, we've got loads more of those Corinthian figures. I always forget they're up here. And loads more over here. Loads and loads and loads. So how many of these players do you recognise? We've got Jordi Cruyff, David Platt, Dominic Matteo, both blonde hair and brown hair version, Steve McManaman. And if we blend back into German stuff, of course, again, you'll know if you're a subscriber, my club traded in Manchester United and the Premier League to follow this beautiful club. We were relegated last season from the Bundesliga. I'm talking about VfL Bochum. I know a lot of you like this jacket and you're asking where I got it from. It was actually from a shirt collector, a tricot collector here in England. I saw it on eBay and I decided to message him on Instagram. Got it for a really good price. I think I paid about £100, possibly more. Obviously Great British pounds, not €100, so that'd probably be about €120. It sounds a lot of money, but it's an absolute bargain considering it's probably worth a little bit more. And loads of retro shirts, and a lot of you do ask me, where did you get all the retro VfL Bochum shirts? This is the perk of YouTube, I guess, because a really kind subscriber said they have their childhood collection in the loft. It's been there for like 20 years. It's never going to get used, and they wanted to put it to good use, so they said, I'm going to send you out a box of my shirts so long as you wear them and put them to good use. And hopefully we've done that, because we always do rep these shirts and videos. And as well, every time I go to the Ruhrstadion, people stuff my pockets with stickers, which is pretty cool. And if we go back to the German section, you'll see, as I said, we've got the stickers from other clubs. We've got a Hamburg fan sent out lots of Hamburg stickers. We said we've got Lok Leipzig stickers. There's more up there. They're coming off the wall a little bit. Ostkurve stickers. As I said, we've even got Dortmund and Cottbus. Oh, Alemannia Aachen. I've got to be careful because I have had Aachen stickers up before and people have said they're far-right ultra. It's a far-right ultra group that have been beating people up lately. So maybe I should research a little bit what I'm sticking onto the wall. We've got an Eintracht Frankfurt scarf. That ticket behind there, the Tivoli one, the Alemannia Aachen one, that was from the game they were promoted at the end of last season. Really, real privilege being part of that game. Altona 93, they're kind of like a mini FC St. Pauli, I guess. Fairly left wing. A lot of the old school St. Pauli fans who aren't into the commercialised. I don't want to disrespect St. Pauli. The more commercially savvy version that's currently thriving, I guess. Survived in the Bundesliga last year. So let's go back over here. I did have a phase of collecting every single item I came across on eBay from the France 1998 World Cup. You can see a Happy Meal box here with the cup. Happy Meal toys, a pencil case, France 98 Monopoly, a bloody Gillette shaver set. That's a box of tissues. So real random. I've obviously got some sticker books as well. This is for my Euro 96 collection. Obviously fond memories of Euro 96. I'd have been about 7 years old. Was here in England, of course. So a real nostalgic feel when it comes to the mid-90s following England. Luckily I can't really remember the 1994 World Cup, which we were not in. Again, I got so many childhood shirts, retro shirts, but most of my stuff is actually put away at the moment. But you can see my first ever shirt was a Villa shirt, and then obviously I swapped it for the Glory. I've made a habit of switching clubs, but I have definitely, I promise, settled upon this glorious club here. But yeah, under here is actually a bit of a bodge job. It's not a freezer or anything. This is a little unit I made when we had a new kitchen and it gave me temporary worktop. So all my other football shirts and stuff is an art under here, should I say. But as we're over here, I've got more magazines and stuff from around 95, 96, lean into Euro 96. Who remembers the sticker album, the photo albums they did for clubs back then? More Corinthians, Hereford, United as they were known back then. But yes, when we were making English football content, we were buying an item from every single club we visited. So this monkey was from Liverpool. Obviously you got Luton Town over here, Crystal Palace, you got Wrexham, Newcastle up there, that duck. So I guess it is a bit of a trimmed down version of the video I made maybe a year or two ago when I was really sinking my teeth into the nostalgic stuff here in England. But obviously we've moved in a different direction on the channel. But I hope you've enjoyed this little tour of my man cave. And just to finish up, I want to share with you the plans for this place going forward over the next season. I'm obviously going to be making most of my videos in Germany, but when we're here filming bits, obviously want different items to be a backdrop. So again, if you want to send stuff over, you're welcome to do so. Don't feel like you have to. footballparadisehq@gmail.com. And every time we visit a club this season, remember we've got a VfL Bochum away season ticket, or at least we've applied for one, but we'll try and get to every away game, every stadium in Germany's second division, as well as other games, other stadiums on that same weekend. So lots of items to pick up along the way for this place, Football Paradise HQ. Again, this is used more to film videos in rather than to sit in here and have a beer. I'm actually blessed because through this door over here we've got a little bit of a garden room, bit of a summer house type thing. So if I'm enjoying a beer, watching football in the sun, I'd probably do so out there rather than in this cobweb filled shed, as I called it earlier on. Thanks for watching, and Auf Wieder bloody sehen.